Hi, my name is Ketchum, Superintendent of West Valley School. Just wanted to give you a quick update of what's going on as we enter into October. Hard to believe it, September's already gone by. So just a couple quick things. I'll try to make this short and sweet. One, yes, most of you probably heard that we did have our first COVID confirmed case, COVID-19 here at the school. And it was with one of our middle school students. Obviously, for privacy reasons, we can't let you know who that is. And so it was handled very quickly by our administrative staff. We got a call from the health department, and that's how it usually is, how it's going to happen. That they will call us, let us know there's a confirmed case. They let us know, want to know from us the seating charts of where that student had been during the school day, whether they ride buses, if they're on sports teams, those kinds of things. And so then we give them the list of those names of who we feel. They get the list from us of the seating charts, and then they go through them and decide who is within close contact of the student who had the case. So once it's in the health department's hands, West Valley has very little to do with it except for providing the seating charts, making sure that we know who was in close contact. And in case you're not quite sure exactly how that works, it's a 15-minute close contact, and that's 15 minutes accumulative. So it's over a period of time. It's not at one time in particular. So with that being the case, it was handled very quickly by our admin team. We did a great job, I think, of making sure we knew who had to be quarantined. And again, that's up to the health department at that point in time. So it's not a school-related issue anymore as far as determining who gets to be quarantined and who doesn't. So we just simply turn those seating charts over to them. So anyway, quarantine students will be put on what we call our Moby Max program. That's what our online learners are doing. And so math students, we use Ed Ready, and that'll all be taken care of. We've already gone through that with the students. So in case this does happen or we have a shutdown of some kind or another, we know that they're ready to go with that program. So I just want to commend the admin team and everybody else, for all the teachers, for making sure that everything was up to date and handled very quickly. So of that, I think we only had 4 students who were out of school during this time for that case, and that's great. It's actually, I mean, it's not great, but it's better than, the alternative. So that being the case, just so you know, for future reference, we're going to talk a little bit about in-person learners coming back in the middle school full time. Probably in that case, if we would have had all of our middle school students here during that time, it would have been closer to 8 to 10, maybe even more students quarantined at that particular time because of the proximity. So just to give you a reference point and what that will look like. So that being said, I do want to say that starting October 5th, Monday, we'll have all of our in-person learners back. So all of our middle school students will be back for a full week, 5 days, every day coming back to school. So we're excited about that. We're also a little apprehensive in making sure that we can try to distance as much as possible, but it really is within those classrooms. It's very difficult to get the amount of space needed, but we'll do our best. So buses should be able to run without having to do 2 routes in the morning and 2 routes in the afternoon. So we're going to see how that goes on Monday. But we did some number crunching, and I want to thank Laura Cox, one of our secretaries in the office, for working really hard on that, making sure that we're under the 50 limit for students on the bus at one time. So that's really important. So we think we have that figured out, and we hope we do. And right now it looks like just 1 route in the morning, 1 route in the afternoon. So hopefully we can keep with that. Just a reminder too, parents dropping off kids in the morning, that is going to become more congested now with all of our middle school students coming back full time. So it's really important that you pull forward completely all the way before letting kids out. I know some middle school students, especially, and others too, like to be let off partway through, and then we cut through the parking lot and different things like that. It's so important that we run it the same way, because that will keep it as congestion free as possible and moving smoothly as possible. So it's really important that we do that. I know it can be hard, but it does save time in the long run, and it will be a little more congested. So look for the gals out there in the yellow vests. They'll be moving you along, making sure that you're moving along at as quick a pace as possible. And you've done a great job. Actually, it's been really pretty smooth in the mornings, and I hope it continues with that, because you have done a great job so far, and it's been really a good transition. So hopefully, with Monday coming with everybody here, that will continue, and we hope that's the case. So just keep doing that, keep on the rules, and we'll have a good time on Monday as well with that. Just real quickly, football's wrapping up. I want to thank the coaches, the players, the fans, our AD, everybody for a great year with that. You've continued to wear the masks at games, and I know that's not what anybody wants to do, but it's really been helpful for them and for the kids to be able to have a good season. And that's just a big shout out to everybody for who participated in that, and also just for you fans that did the right thing and wearing your masks every time to the games. And I know not necessarily what you want to do, and but that's what we have to do. So thanks for doing that. Right around the corner is basketball season that's quickly approaching, and with that, we're going to have each player will be allowed 2 tickets to games, and they'll so they can have 2 people come and watch them play. We will not have any visiting teams, will not have any fans at the games, and that's for West Valley too. So when our players go and play someplace else, there will be no fans allowed, visiting fans allowed. So a lot of it has to do with size of gyms and different things like that. But for the most part, we're just trying to keep the players safe, staff safe, and everybody, coaches safe during that time. And so that's the case right now. Could change, but for right now, that's what we're looking at. So just stay informed with that. And that starts towards the end of October. So like I said, it'll be here quickly. Lastly on that is for our online learners, we'll be sending out a survey. We're putting that together right now. We want to gather some information from you to see how things are going out there. You can expect that survey early next week. And we really need you to fill that out, because we need that information to see what we can do better, what's working well, and what we can improve upon. So please see that. And when you see it, make sure you're getting that done and turned in as quickly as possible. That'll come to you in the form of a Google form or something of that nature. So be on the lookout for that early next week. Also, we're looking for ways to get the online learners more involved in the school, whether within their classrooms, virtually, or however we can do that, and so we're going to be sending out forms for that too. Look for those in the future as well, for ideas of ways we can incorporate or include kids in their classroom settings, like I said, virtually, or however we can make that work. So just want to thank you, for all your patience this year, for being really good about how things are going, and just your, again, patience for that. So appreciate that very much. Have a good weekend and stay well.